Hi everyone, Abitha here. Welcome to ATR Speaks. Today we will discuss about basic Java interview questions and answers part 3. So let's get straight to the topic. So the first question is, can you run a code before executing the main method? Yes, we can execute any code even before the main method using static block. We will be using a static block of code when creating the objects at the class's load time. Any statements within this static block of code will get executed at once while loading the class, even before creating objects in the main method. Next question is, what happens when the main is declared as static? When the main method is not declared as static, then the program may be compiled correctly but ends up with a severe ambiguity and throws a runtime error, no such method error. So, the correct format is public static void main string args. Next question is, how many types of constructors are used in Java? Two types, parameterized constructors and default constructors. Parameterized constructor accepts the parameters with which users can initialize the instance variables. Users can initialize the class variables dynamically at the time of instantiating the class. But default constructors or no argument constructor doesn't accept any parameters. Rather, it instantiates the class variables with their default value, and it is used mainly for object creation. Next question is, can a constructor return a value? Answer is, constructors cannot return a value, but it returns the class's current instance implicitly. You cannot make a constructor return a value explicitly. Next question is, can this and super keywords be used together? Answer is no. This and super keywords should be used in the first statement in the class constructor. Next question is, what if I write static public void instead of public static void? The program compiles and runs correctly because the order of specifiers doesn't matter in Java. Next question is, why is the main method static? Answer is, because the object is not required to call the static method. If we make the main method non-static, JVM will have to create its object first and then call main method, which will lead to extra memory allocation. Next question is, what is object-oriented programming? Object-oriented programming is a fundamental programming paradigm based on the concept of objects rather than just functions and procedures. These objects can contain data in the form of attributes or properties and code in the form of methods. Individual objects are grouped into classes. OOPS implements real-world entities like inheritance, polymorphism, hiding, etc. into programming. It also allows binding data and code together. Next question is, why Java is not purely object-oriented? A fully object-oriented language needs to have all the four OOPS concepts like abstraction, inheritance, encapsulation, and polymorphism. In addition to that, all predefined and user-defined types must be objects, and all the operations should be performed only by calling the methods of a class. Though Java follows all the four object-oriented concepts, but Java has predefined primitive data types which are not objects, and you can access the members of static class without creating an object of it. Therefore, Java is not considered as fully object-oriented technology. Next question is, how does the object-oriented approach improve software development? First point is reusability. Using implementation inheritance and object composition. It means reusing some previous work rather than building them again and again. This is done using implementation inheritance and object composition. Next point is data redundancy. Improve the reliability and availability of a system. This is a condition created at the place of data storage. You can say database, where the same piece of data is held in two separate places. With redundancy, the system downtime is dependent on how fast you can detect a failure and switch over to the backup unit. Redundancy can therefore improve the availability of your system. Security, data hiding and abstraction. With the use of data hiding and abstraction mechanism, we are filtering out limited data to exposure, which means we are maintaining security and providing necessary data to view. Next is design benefits. If you are practicing on OOPS, the design benefit is in terms of designing and fixing things easily and eliminating the risks. Next point is problem solving with modularity. Decomposing a complex problem into smaller chunks or discrete components is a good practice for easier troubleshooting. Object-oriented programming is specialized in this behavior as it breaks down your software code into bite-sized code. For example, at a high level, a car can be decomposed into wheels, engine, etc. Each of those components can be further broken down into even smaller atomic components like screws and bolts. Next point is polymorphism flexibility. Polymorphism means single action in different ways. Let's see a scenario to explain this behavior. You behave in a different way if the place or surrounding gets changed. A person will behave like a customer if he is in market. The same person will behave like a student if he is in school, and as a son or daughter if put in a house. Next point is better productivity and better quality of software. The above mentioned facts definitely enhances overall productivity, better quality of software and lesser maintenance cost. That's about part 3. My video is over. If you liked my video, please share and subscribe. See you next time with other one. Bye bye.